Ugh, fine, we have to talk about the Switch Pro news. Also, another day, another lawsuit in the gaming world. Welcome back to the Doughdump. So today we got more rumors about a Switch Pro. This time coming from, my uncle that works from Nintendo. Known industry insider Nate Drake. Okay, yep. Although everything we read has to be taken with a grain of salt, there is some validity to expecting some new form of Switch console other than, well, it just makes sense, I guess. So first and foremost, the biggest hint that we might be getting an upgraded Switch is that Nvidia, I don't know if you don't know who Nvidia is, but they were hiring specifically to upgrade the DLSS support in the NVIDIA Tegra. And the Switch's processor comes from the Tegra family line of processors from NVIDIA. I believe Nintendo got a special one specifically designed for the Switch. And coincidentally, it was also data mined that the Nintendo Switch would start supporting new NVIDIA DLSS features. So the lining up between expanding the Tegra team at NVIDIA for this feature and the data mine for that feature does start to paint a little bit of a picture. Okay, we have to look at what DLSS means. God, I hate when companies do this. NVIDIA's DLSS is a new and improved deep learning and neural network that boosts frame rate. Okay. It's literally just a better upscaler and makes things more sharper with the way that it renders. Crazy side tangent. If you ever see companies that say, oh, deep learning, it's AI that's figuring out, that means that they train something to just optimize this software and not that it's some crazy genius iRobot in your computer that's figuring this crap out on the spot, on the fly. Buzzwords. Anyways, that's just a big tangent. Now I gotta look up, are there any other things that use the Tegra line of processors right now? Okay, so the same processor is also used in their NVIDIA Smart TV, but this is a real-time renderer that is advertised for gaming. So I guess it makes more sense that it would be in the Switch. We'll see. The Switch is coming up there in age. It's over 4 years old. It's not impossible that we could see this. A jump to 4K would be super out of left field. I didn't see Nintendo going to 4K until 2035. Also, as we covered in yesterday's video, the Switch is just dominating the market right now, outside of like just the console wars, but also in just like entertainment devices. So I don't know if they really need to. It's definitely worthwhile to talk about, and I was damn curious because every time I look up news, I keep seeing, Switch Pro. At least there's some validity here. I keep seeing so many things about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes, and they're all just like, this leaker said it's happening. I couldn't find anything, so it's getting annoying that I keep seeing, it's happening. I don't know. Someone said it. It's happening. But here, there's actually some sauce. All the data mined APIs to support new features from an NVIDIA SoC and job postings for a senior embedded engineer specifically for this line of processors, where the Nintendo Switch is the only gaming system that uses this type of processor. Take it with a grain of salt. I had to cover it because I was damn curious. The chip might be inside the new dock and not inside the tablet. So they're guessing maybe that this DSSL upscaler technology is in the dock and it just greatly improves the resolution between dock and handheld, with handheld being an upgraded screen of OLED display. We'll see. It's a little bit more than noise in the Airstream, but still just coming from known leakers. In other news, Google Stadia is involved in a lawsuit and they're dragging Bungie and id down with them. So Google Stadia, during their advertising campaign and all those annoying Stadia commercials on YouTube, stated that the Stadia would be more powerful than an Xbox One X and PS4 Pro combined. Really pushing that 4K gaming streamed right to your Virtual Boy.
We couldn't be happier to be bringing Doom Eternal to Stadia, and are thrilled to announce that the game will be capable of running at true 4K resolution.
So that was a fucking lie.
It was seen that these games weren't true 4K, but just upscaled to that beautiful UHD. If you don't know, upscaling is doo-doo caca compared to true 4K. Take anyone's word on it, it just looks a lot more blurry when it's upscaled, and you can tell the difference. Google Stadia was advertising with id Software's Doom Eternal and Bungie's Destiny 2. So they're also being dragged into this lawsuit. This lawsuit isn't full, it's only transferred divisions to the New York Federal Court. Oh, we're getting serious. But But this is Google we're talking about. Big money, deep pockets Google. Google had a very rough few weeks in media about Stadia. Studios being shut down, department heads leaving, and games pulled from their service. Oh, wait, hold up, hot off the press. I'm in the middle of editing, but there was something I forgot to mention about Google Stadia. When they shut down their independent game studios, they gave little to no warning to the employees there, and they just cut them. This introduced some interesting problems. A game called Journey to the Savage Planet recently released on the Stadia platform, and it's seeing a known bug where the game just doesn't launch. Stadia took to support Twitter to say, "We're aware of this, and our team is diligently working with our partner publisher on a fix." Well, the interesting thing is apparently all the studio devs for this game were fired from the Stadia department. So Google just kind of cut all these teams, but they're still saying that, oh, they're going to support it. That is... wow. All right, back to the thing. The funny thing is its parent company, Bethesda's parent company, grandparent company, God, capitalism. Their grandparent company is Microsoft. And this is kind of a big loop around story because Google said that it's Microsoft's acquisition of ZeniMax, you know, the guys that own Bethesda id, they're the reason for Google shutting down their Stadia development studios. Now that's some shade, specifically to Microsoft's buying spree and planned acquisition of Bethesda software, one of the factors that had made Google decide to close the book on original game development. What? That's it. That's the whole quote. Blaming COVID-19 for the rising cost of game development? Was their whole independent development studio reliant on collaborating with Bethesda developers? Like what? How does that result in the closing of your independent game studios? That is the biggest cop-out I've ever seen in my life. That has gotta be some misguided quote. Well, anyways, they both getting sued now. This is worse than when Subway got sued for not selling actual footlongs. Well, that's gonna be it for this Dodum. I just wanted to cover the biggest news stories of the day that interest me. What do you think about the Switch Pro? I am very skeptical, but I do think that another version of the Switch is gonna happen. I mean, it's gotta. They're definitely gonna keep the Nintendo Switch alive like the 3DS. There's no way that they're gonna drop the Switch line of products. They're gonna just drag it out to the Wii. There's a few other interesting headlines like Xenoblade 2 completely sells out after the Smash reveal. That's kind of how I do things here. I cover relevant news, but I don't always cover today's news. I'm trying to limit the number of topics per videos. Let me know how you think about that or what you want to see me talk about in a future video. Seriously, thank you guys so much for all the support recently. I'm genuinely surprised that we've been able to get this much support after I'd just been uploading again for like 2 weeks. But yeah, I'll see you when Mario 4K comes out. Y'all just got dumped on. Bye-bye.